How to get plat in Apex Legends. Now this video is going to be directed to newer players or just players who are new to ranked in general. You know, a lot of people will go from pubs all the way to ranked and are unsure on what to do or how to even play the map. I'm going to cover everything in this video, such as legend choices, how to win more games, a must-have habit that you need to have in ranked to do good, the best playstyle in order for you to win games, and of course, and probably the most important, is how to land. But look, I'm not here to waste your time. Let's get straight into this video. If you're new, please consider subscribing. I'm gonna post a whole bunch of Apex Legends content, and honestly, I'm trying to make a name for myself. Just in the past couple of weeks, I just got back into making Apex Legends content, and we've gained over 100 subscribers in just the past 2 weeks, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much. But let's get straight into the video. All right, so let's get into the first thing and probably the most important: how to land. Now, landing is very tricky. There's so many different ways landing can go, but if you land the wrong way, you can literally get sent back to the lobby in less than 10 seconds. And by this, I mean landing on multiple teams. This is probably the #1 biggest no-no for landing. Unless you're a top tier Prat like ACU, Timmy, or you know, whoever, and is super good at gunfights, then you don't want to do this. It's not even the fact about having gun skill. It's just the fact about actually finding a gun. Most of the time when I play ranked, I like to land smart, meaning I like to land with at the most one other team. And I only do this if the area is big enough for loot for both the teams. Of course, I'm pretty confident in my gun skill, but of course, if they get the gun first, my gun skill doesn't really matter, does it? When you're jumping out of the ship, it actually gives you a counter of how many people are left on the ship. Use this as an indicator, and then always look to see where people are jumping. Yeah, of course, you can look at the little streaks and it shows you where everybody is going, the ranks that they hit last season. I wouldn't worry too much about the ranks that they hit last season. Most of the time, it's just to kind of scare other players. A lot of time, Preds take them off anyway, so you wouldn't really know who you're landing on. Just be cautious on where to land. A lot of times you never want to land center of the map. That's probably the biggest no-no, because that's where a whole bunch of teams go. Like I said, look at where you're jumping, see how many teams are there, and ask yourself, is this a place where my whole entire team can get loot? Are we going to be prepared to fight? Does this spot have more than one team going here? The thing I did most to get to diamond was land right next to a team. By this I mean, if I landed 3 or 4 buildings across from them, or even like a whole zone of the map next to them, where I was able to get a gun quickly and then quickly go over there. Sometimes they would be fighting a different team and it would be an easy third party for me and my team, or they just didn't have enough time to loot and we got the upper hand on them. So don't forget to land smart. Next thing I'm going to get into is playstyle / establishing good habits. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you on how to play the game. There's no point in me telling you, oh, you have to do this, or oh, you have to do that. No, because A, you're not going to have fun like that, and B, my playstyle, my playstyle does not match your guys' playstyle. So that makes no sense for me to tell you exactly on how to play. But these are things that I've picked up that have helped me get all the way to Diamond, Masters. These are the things that have helped me. Now, every single time I'm in gold in the beginning of the season, or sometimes I jump straight to plat and I play in a different account in gold, the things that I notice is that everybody in gold is extremely aggressive. Nobody really cares about their rank in gold, so they just kind of jump every single team. And I'm sure if you're a genuine gold, someone who's been in gold for the first time and they're trying to get out of it, you're gonna have teammates that solo push teams and die in literally 3 seconds. Seriously, I feel bad for you guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. But if you have a full team and you are in gold or below, just play passive aggressive. You need to be mindful of where third parties can come in from, especially on King's Canyon. Everybody knows that third parties are insane. There's no getting away from third parties. As soon as you finish one fight, here comes another team, and then of course they have 2 teams trailing them as well. And of course, in situations like this, your team is literally the only person getting targeted. Which just leads me into this next part of the playstyle tip: is if you are in last zone and it's very small and there are multiple teams all around you, do not shoot first. Ask yourself, is this a smart fight to take? You know, can I get third party from behind me, from the right to the left? You know, how big is zone? How much of zone is left? There's a whole bunch of different factors that you need to consider before even taking a fight. It's not as simple as just shooting your gun, especially if you're solo queuing and you can't communicate with your teammates. I know a lot of you guys are solo queuers that just like to hop into games but don't like trash teammates. A lot of times you have to be mindful, because a lot of times they're gonna mess up, you're gonna mess up. You guys need to stay together and just find some way to communicate. Pinging is very helpful whenever you're solo queuing. Make sure you're pinging loot, enemies, places you want to go, places you want to defend. There are different ways to ping. There's a whole bunch of variety in the ping system that a lot of people do not utilize. Number 3, getting into the habit that you must have in Apex is crafting. Everybody in higher reps does this. Masters, Preds, but everyone does this. You need to get used to crafting. Crafting gives you a variety of things: medikits, batteries, even weapons, but most importantly, it gives you shield. As soon as you start off, if you land next to a crafter, craft a blue. If you can't find a blue or a purple or any type of better shield than you have, make sure to craft. You craft once with a white shield and it's automatically blue. And that is a huge advantage in a gunfight where everyone else has white shield and you have blue shield. Not only that, but the way zone's set up this season where it's faster, it hits harder, medkits are essential. If you have a heat shield, put it on the crafter, craft a couple medkits and you should be good on the rest of your way out of zone. I see a lot of people that are new to the game that just do not care about crafting. They don't do it at all. So please implement this into your game and let me know how it helps you, because you can craft medkits, batteries, and guns just like I said. This is a great tip. Please use the crafter. 4, this is probably the most important tip if you're a solo queuer or even if you just want to get far in Apex. Stay with your team always. Never leave your team's side. Always try to stay together. The reason I say this is because a lot of the people that I kill in ranked, that me and my team, we usually end up 1-2-3ing them. And by 1-2-3ing them, I mean that we count to 3 and we literally all spray at one kid who's completely by himself. And trust me, if you're getting 1-2-3 by a team, it makes you want to rage quit. But just don't stray away from your team. As long as you're close to your team, it's never going to be a 1v3 situation. You're always going to have your team's back and your team's always going to have your back. Now this actually turns into a team game instead of just a solo game. A lot of people play Apex like it's a one-man show. If this was the case, then Apex would have solos. You know, Apex has duos, trios, arenas. Of course, there are players that can 1v3, but if you're asking yourself why you're not getting far in ranked and it's because your teammates are always dying or you're always dying without your team, try sticking with them and see if that helps. I know a lot of players move at a faster pace than others, but it's all just with a learning experience. Some players honestly just don't know how to maneuver themselves, don't know where to go or how to, find enemies. So you kind of have to hold their hand, which sucks, but that's ranked. If you don't like this tip, you can honestly stay in pubs, or you can try to solo queue in ranked, like leaving your team constantly and letting me know how that goes. But I don't think you're gonna have a fun time. Now, we've covered everything in this video except for legend choices. Now, even before implementing all these tips that I've said so far in the video, legend choices is the #1 thing that you do when hopping into a game. Now, people are going to tell you a variety of things when it comes to what legends to choose. Now, I've talked about legend choices in the past with different videos that I've made, but the one and only tip that I'm going to give you when it comes to choosing your legends is comfort over meta. And by this, I mean choosing a legend that you're comfortable with rather than picking a legend someone tells you to pick. I can sit here all day and I can tell you, hey, Gibby's the best player to play, Voc's the best player to play, Vantage is the most overpowered player, like you have to play her. But why would I do that? I think to a degree, when you get to a certain level in ranked, it's very helpful to play meta legends. I mean, playing meta legends is just going to make your life easier, and it's going to, I guess, make the game a little more enjoyable, but it's not guaranteed wins. So if you're happy playing Mirage, if you're happy playing Rampart, then play those legends. But it's going to come a time where someone's going to pick your main legend and you're going to be left playing something that you don't like, which is why I recommend playing a little bit of everyone and trying to be good with at least everyone's abilities, just making sure you're staying diverse and that you're able to play at least 3 or 4 other people besides your main. But that's it for this video. This is all the tips that I have. If you guys want to see, I guess, a legend tier list where I tell you guys what legends are most useful for ranked, then comment down below and that'll be the next video I make, or even a weapons tier list. Make sure to comment any ideas that you guys want me to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. We're pretty close to 2,000 subscribers and I'm going to do something special whenever we hit 2K. So make sure you keep subscribing, liking, and commenting on the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.